Chelsea's Old Trafford caught strikes again, from Sanchez killing the game to Maresca burying it. This was another nightmare in Manchester. But before we dive into this depressing review, if you are new here, welcome to the channel. But if you have been following me for a while, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's dive into it. Let's get straight into it, because I can't lie, my head is absolutely gone after that performance. Honestly, if I tell you I'm fuming, then I'm lying, because this isn't just fuming anymore. This is beyond fuming. We have been pumped, embarrassed, humiliated by the worst Manchester United team I have ever seen in my life. The worst Manchester United team under the worst Manchester United manager. But somehow, we have managed to make them look good. Now, before I get into the chaos, let's talk about the lineup. Maresca went with Sanchez in goal, James as captain at right back, Chalobah for Fana as the two centre back, Cucurella at left back, Caicedo and Enzo in the midfield double pivot. Then the attack, Estova wide wing, Palmer in the middle, Neto on the left, and Joao Pedro leading the line. On paper, that's strong, balance and quality in every area. That should be enough to handle this Manchester United team. And you know what makes it even worse? This game was conditioned 5 minutes in. 5 minutes, Robert Sánchez, what are you doing? The earliest red card in the Premier League history. You cannot be serious. Running out like a headless chicken, misjudging the ball completely and diving on Mbuemo. And of course, straight red. We are down to 10 men in 5 minutes at Old Trafford. Now at that point, we all know what was coming. Fernandes get the breakthrough 7 minutes later, and it's just too easy. Then Casemiro, a player who has been watched for over a year, who Manchester United fans don't even rate anymore, comes in and doubles the lead with a header just before halftime. I sat there thinking, of course it's Casemiro against us, because Chelsea Football Club never failed to resurrect a finished player. But then just when you think the game is over, Manchester United do what Manchester United do. They implode. Casemiro gets himself sent off right before the break. Second yellow card with a reckless tackle on Andrey Santos. Suddenly, it's 10v10. The door is wide open. But the problem, it was too late. This has been our story this season. Chalobah pulls one back with a monster header. Captain Rich James with the assist. And I can't lie, that gave us life for a few minutes. You could feel the Old Trafford 10 stop. We are knocking on the door, wave after wave, but we just can't find the second goal. And it's us, because we all know Manchester United are there for the taking. They are a disaster club. The fans wanted Amorim out yesterday, but instead of exposing them, we gifted them 3 points. The unbeaten run, gone. The momentum after a strong start, gone. And now we are sitting here and wondering, what do we actually do from here? This isn't bad luck anymore. This isn't about we played well, but we didn't finish. This was self-destruction. Sanchez killed the game inside 5 minutes. United are the worst team in the league right now, and we have made them look like Pig Ferguson side. If you are not angry after that, I don't know what to tell you. Which takes me to the first lesson. Let's start with the obvious one, Robert Sánchez. Because let's be real here, he takes all the blame. He killed the game inside 5 minutes, the earliest red card in the Premier League history. And it wasn't even unlucky, it was stupid. That one moment ruined everything. It killed the confidence of the players. It ripped up the game plan that Maresca has been working all weeks. And it left us chasing shadows for the rest of the first half. And I don't care what anyone says. This was classic Robert Sánchez. We have seen this before. He'll give you a couple of good games, maybe even look reliable. Then the very next match, he drops an absolute stinker. That's exactly what happened today. A 3.0 rating. To be honest, he was very lucky to even get that. And what makes me even more angry is that this all goes back to the summer. Goalkeeper was a position we had to strengthen. Maresca knew, the board knew, the fans knew. And yet we are in September and our number one is still Robert Sánchez. This was always coming. And we all know a day like this will arrive. But no one thought it would come in a game like this. At Old Trafford against Manchester United of all teams. And then after the game, Robert Sánchez comes out with an apology. Posting, on me today guys, big sorry for that. Team put a massive effort in the second half but couldn't get there. I know what, respect for holding his hands up, but it doesn't change anything. Words won't change the fact that he cost us points against the worst Manchester United team we have seen in decades. Words won't change the fact that once again, Chelsea's lack of recruitment in key position has come back to haunt us. So yeah, Sanchez has to take all the blame. This wasn't just a red card, this was a disaster class. And that brings me to the second thing we learned. As much as we can sit here and blame Sanchez for killing the game, Enzo Maresca buried it. Because the truth is, as soon as that red card happened, Maresca panicked. And when your manager panics, the whole team feels it. That's exactly what happened here. Everything went downhill. Taking off Christopher William early, that killed our outlet on the right. Taking off Pedro Neto, our dribbler, our chaos creator, then Kopama comes off injured. And yes, fair enough, that's unfortunate. This was a match where everything literally went against us. Red card, injuries, referee decision. But the worst of it all, our coach losing his head. Because instead of steadying the ship, instead of backing the talent on the pitch, he folded. Then Maresca is asked about it afterwards. He gives the explanation. The reason why is because they attacked with 5 players often and we needed to defend all the way. So we decided to go to a back 5. The other one, Garnacho was ready to come in, but Wesley Fofana asked for a change because he was tired. Now look, I don't want to be harsh, but that sounds like excuses. It sounds like a manager trying to justify his panic decisions. Garnacho, a player who has everything to prove, wasn't even involved, and yet Maresca is referencing him in the explanation. The reality is we lost our structure, we lost our momentum, and those subs didn't just weaken us, they sent the wrong message that we were scared. And when Chelsea plays scared, we lose. Which brings me to the third thing we learned. It's the same story so against Bayern. Our backline was disgusting. Now people will look at Sanchez's red card and say, oh, the defense had no chance. But let's be real, even after that mistake, our defense was rubbish, and I'm tired of pretending otherwise. Let's break it down individually, because on paper, the stats don't look too bad. Tosin Adrabayo dropped a 6.1 rating. He played 83 minutes, made 6 clearance, 1 shot block, 1 interception, had 93 touches with 82% passing accuracy. You look at that and think, okay, steady game. But in reality, too passive, no leadership, too often out of position. Then we have Wesley Fofana, 6.4 rating, 5 clearance, 1 shot block, 1 interception, 2 tackles, 52 touches, 89% pass accuracy. Solid numbers, but where was the aggression? Where was the authority? Manchester United attackers didn't even need to be special. They just needed to be present, and Fofana struggled. Chalobah, probably the best of the bunch, 7.9 rating, scored the goal that gave us hope, 8 clearance, 2 tackles, 92 touches, 91% pass accuracy. He stood up, he fought, he showed pride. But one man alone cannot carry the defense. Marc Cucurella, poor again, 5.9 rating, positionally all over the place, reactive instead of proactive, and every Manchester United attacker seemed to come down his side. Then we have Reece James. This one hurts because he's our captain, 6.2 rating, and yes, he grabbed the assist, 4 clearance, 2 interception, and even a last man tackle. But this is the key: 1 error leading to a shot and another error leading directly to a goal. That cancels everything else out. For every good action, there was a bad one, and as a captain, that's unacceptable. Now individually, you will say it's not bad, a few 6 out of 10 and 1 7 out of 10. A couple of sleep, but football is not played individually. As a collective, they were shambolic. No organization, no communication, no leadership. When we went down to 10 men, that was the moment we needed the backline to step up, to steady the game, to say we are not conceding again. But instead, we let Manchester United slice through us. And this is what frustrates me, because this is not the first time. Against Bayern, we saw the exact same thing. When the pressure is on and when adversity hits, this backline collapses. It's not about numbers, it's about mentality. And right now, as a unit, our defense don't have it. Which brings me to the fourth thing we learned, the positives. Now it feels strange to talk about positives after what looks like an absolute disaster class. But there are a few shining lights in this mess, and they deserve to be recognized. Let's start with Moses Caicedo, Mr. Consistency. He dropped a 7.0 rating in a game where the odds were stacked against us. 86 touches, 87 pass accuracy, 1 key pass, 2 accurate long ball out of 3, 8 ground duel won, 5 tackles, 3 interception. This is what you call putting in a shift. He was everywhere, sweeping up dangers and trying to drive us forward. And honestly, if more players showed his mentality, we would have nicked something from this game. But yes, the backline was poor, but Trevor Chalobah stood tall. He didn't just score the goal that gave us life, he fought. A 7.9 rating, 8 clearance, 2 tackles, 92 touches with 91% passing accuracy. That's a leader's performance. He can walk off the pitch with his head held high because he gave everything. Then there is Andrey Santos, a player many fans have been calling to start, and today he showed why. Playing 69 minutes, he had 72 touches, 88% pass accuracy, 1 accurate long ball, won 5 of his 8 ground duels, and was fouled 3 times. It was Santos who caused Casemiro's red card, showing the bravery to get stuck in. That's not luck, that's him putting himself in the right place at the right time. And for me, that's a statement performance. Which brings me to the last thing we learned. Something has to change. Because let's be honest, how many times are we going to sit here and say same story? Whether it's Bayern in the midweek or Manchester United today, it always comes back to same issue. A shaky goalkeeper, a backline that collapses under pressure, and a manager who sometimes overthinks, when all we need is stability. Something has to give. Whether it's finally dropping Robert Sánchez, putting trust in a different keeper, or even giving chance to Josh Archampong at the back. And I repeat again, something has to change because this backline is not good enough if we want to compete at the top. And let's be real, Enzo Maresca has improved us as well. We have all praised his philosophy, we have backed his idea, we have seen the beautiful football at times, but this game showed his flaws. When the pressure comes, when the adversity hits, he can't afford to lose his head with panic subs and confusing tactical changes. That's not what great managers do. If he wants to succeed at Chelsea, he has to learn from this weekly. At the end of the day, we can talk about positives, we can talk about unlucky moments, we can talk about referee decisions, but the truth is this was an avoidable defeat. Until accountability is taken, we'll keep seeing results like this. This is Chelsea Football Club. The standards are higher than this, and if we don't start acting like it, then we are going nowhere. So that's the video, my friends. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.